Hey guys, it's Lisa. Here I am, ready to do my first video about gentle stretching. I wanted to give you a disclaimer. I am in no way, shape, or form a medical professional. I am not a nutritionist, I am not a fitness coach, and nor do I play one on TV. So, that said, if you are going to take on any kind of an exercise regimen or anything of the sort, please consult your doctor before you do so. Now that we have that out of the way, I wanted to do a little video about gentle stretching. So I do some stretching before anything happens in the morning. I get up and I will take a shower, and then I will come and do some gentle stretches once the hot water has relaxed my muscles a little bit. And then I also do some more gentle stretches at night after I've cut out my screen time. And then I will, it helps me to go to sleep. So it can amp me up, it can bring me down. So I wanted to go through just a few of the basic things that I do. The other disclaimer I wanted to give you is that you need to listen to your body. Don't ever do more than you think you can. If you think that doing something might cause you a little bit of pain or flare-up tomorrow, back off. If you need to cut something out, cut something out. This regimen is just a regimen for me. Personally, this is what has worked for me. And I want you to be able to take anything that you can find from my suggestions. If it helps you, great. If I can help just one person with this video, that is all that I'm looking for. So, now that I have gotten that out of the way, let's get into some stretching. So I'm going to back up so you can see me a little bit. I'm sitting down because I will never do anything standing up for stretches if I'm not comfortable with stretching standing up. It's hard on my knees sometimes, it's hard on my hips sometimes, so I just prefer to do everything sitting and lying down. If lying down is difficult for you, skip that part and just do the sitting portion of it. So I start out with both of my feet in front of me and the basic reach and touch your toes. I cannot touch my toes, so can't really see my toes. I can only go this far, and then I start to get that stretch that we all are very familiar with when we reach for our toes. I can tell you that when I first started doing these stretches, I could only go about this far, and now I can comfortably go about an inch or two lower down on my legs. So just give it a little push. I'm not going to count on any of these. Don't hold it for 10 seconds or whatever. This is all on you. Listen to your body. Hold it for as long as you want to hold it. Hold it for 3 seconds. Hold it for 15 seconds. Whatever you want. So after that, and I do try to keep my core as straight as possible, but sometimes it's just not possible to do that. I do what's comfortable for me, and that may not be straight up and down. So then I'll bring my feet together. I'm not pulling them as far into my body as I can. I'm not coming way out, not going super in. I'm going to where it is comfortable. My feet come together, and then I'm just going to reach out beyond my feet until I can start feeling some stretching going on. You might feel it in different places. You might feel it in the insides of your thighs. I get it along the back sides of my thighs and in my hips. So this one is really good for me because a lot of my pain I carry in my hips. So this is one of my favorites, so I do have a tendency to hold this a little longer. Sometimes if I'm feeling good about it, I'll back up a little bit, and then I can start doing like a cat arch with my back and then arch the other direction, and that just kind of flexes your spine and gets things moving in there. If I do that one, I'll do it in the mornings. So get that spine going. All right. So then once you come back up to center, I am going to turn. I'm going to grab a hold of my knee and just turn myself a little bit, brace myself on the floor with my other hand behind me, and I just turn and stretch. And with this one, I'm getting a stretch along my side So it'll be along this side and a little bit on the other side as well. So then I'm going to come back to center, grab with my other knee with my other hand and brace myself on the floor. Always make sure you're bracing yourself. That's really important because if you lose your balance at any given time, it could be bad, especially sometimes with fibro, we get that issue of our balance. So I'm back at center, and then I'm going to gently take my arm, pull my elbow over, and get the stretch back here. Remember, only go as far as you feel comfortable. And then when I'm over here, I'm going to just flex my wrist up and down. I usually go 3 times with this. And then I wiggle my fingers. Get those fingers, get the blood going in the ends of those fingers. And then I'll flip to the other side. Wrist up and down. Up and down. And then wiggle those fingers. Okay. One of the ones that I do on occasion, and this is another one that I'll do in the mornings when I want to get my blood going, is I'll reach across and stretch. It's a gentle pull in those ribs, kind of opens things up. And then back and the other direction. Again, only go as far as you feel comfortable. If that's only here, then only go there. If that's almost all the way down to the floor, then go that far. This is how far I feel comfortable. All right. And then we are going to go from here, and we're going to grab the elbow and pull behind the back. This one you need to be careful with, because if you're yanking on your elbow, you don't want to be putting pressure on the back of your head. If you are holding your arm back with your neck, you're not doing this right. Keep your arm away from your neck if possible, because you don't want to put any more strain on your neck than necessary. We're trying to help our bodies, not hurt them. So then I'm just going to flip with the other side, do a stretch, and I feel this one along the back of my arm here. You may feel it in a different place, but that's where I get it. And I have to remind myself on that neck thing too, because I do it myself. Okay, then I am going to roll my shoulders. I'm horrible at this. I feel like I look really dumb when I do this. Not that that matters to you. I'm going to start by rolling forward. Roll forward. I just feel awkward when I do this. So it's not my favorite. Sometimes I cut that one out. And then I'm going to roll backwards. Now this one I like. Backwards is good. This releases some of that tension in my shoulders where I hold a lot of my stress, and into my back also. And once we get our shoulders rolled, we're going to do some rolling of our neck. Now this one you need to be careful on, because you can get dizzy when you're doing this. So you want to roll very carefully. If you are getting lightheaded, just put your head back up. If you find a nice spot that's got some tension, just roll it out a little bit. You can roll backwards. Remember to do what you need to do to keep yourself from getting dizzy. If that means open your eyes, then open your eyes. And then once you get to a good point where things are stretched out, push your ear down into your shoulder and just kind of let gravity do its business. Or if you need a little bit of a stronger stretch, give it a tug. Very gentle. This is your neck that we're dealing with, so be very gentle. And then flip to the other side and just give a gentle tug. I get a little bit of congestion on the side of my neck, so this is a good one for me to stretch out, and then I work on those shoulders. So from here, we're going to go right onto our backs. So I'm going to turn sideways. You don't need to. You can just lay right where you're at. Very gently, you're going to want to roll backwards. You don't want to flop down. You don't want to hurt anything. So just roll backwards. I'm going to take one knee, pull it up to my chest, and just hold. This one's not my favorite, but I know it's necessary. I get a little bit of a stretch in the back of my leg and a little bit on my lower back, but I don't get a ton out of this one. I go up this way, get a little bit more of a stretch, and then I can also flex my ankle just like I did with my hand. And then wiggle those toes and down, and then we can switch. Pull the other knee up. Nice gentle stretch. And then up. A little bit of a better stretch for me this way. Get some flexibility in that ankle. This helps if you're on your feet, if you're walking, things like that. So then I'm going to take both knees and I'm going to pull both knees up and hold for just a few seconds. Now this one that I do is a little bit different than what you may have been taught by an exercise professional. I'm going to take both of my knees and I'm going to drop them completely to the floor. I'm going to start by going this direction first because I want you to see what happens to my hips. A lot of times the exercise professionals are saying, keep your hips on the floor, keep your shoulders on the floor, go as far as you can. So nope, my hips, you'll see, are coming completely off the floor. It's my shoulders that are both staying on the floor because I want to get that stretch through my lower back and not working on strengthening my core. That's going to come later. Right now, we're not working on getting anything strengthened up. We're not working our muscles at this point. We're stretching. So my methods here are a little bit different. So I'm going to come back to the other side. You'll be able to see this way. My knees are both down. My shoulders are both what I call zero station. So they're both hanging out on the floor. Once you get yourself to a point where you're having a good day and you feel like adding in more exercises at this point, you can do so. You can do things like flutter kicks, bicycle. Ooh, knees popping. See, I'm not ready for that stuff yet either. The last stretch that I do is pelvic tilts. So what you're going to want to do is take that pelvis and just tip it back. I always mess with my toes. It's like when you're feeding a baby and you open your mouth. It's the same sort of thing. I can't tip my pelvis without my toes going back. And then you're going to want to go the other direction. So it's going to look, I don't know if you can see with this shirt on, it's going to look like my back is arched, but my pelvis is just tipped forward. Hold that for a few seconds, and then I just do a few of these. Tip back, and then tip forward. So once you have completed your pelvic tilts, if there are any other stretches that you want to do while you're down here, do them. If there are any that you want to do while you're still sitting, do them. If you have a stretch that you do that's beneficial for you, leave it in the comments because I would love to hear about it and I would love to be able to show everybody else what we can do for our bodies. If you have something that you have found that works really well, I want to hear it because I'm game for doing whatever I can to help myself and to help others. So once you're done stretching, come over on your side, very, very slowly push yourself up into a sitting position, and then very slowly stand up. If you move too fast, you're going to get a little dizzy. We don't want that. We want to be able to keep ourselves strong and healthy, and we don't want to be falling down after doing some nice stretches. So from this point, have a wonderful sleep or have a wonderful day. If you do have any other suggestions, anything else that you'd like to see a video on, if there's a food preparation method that you'd like to see, if there's another exercise that you'd like to see, if you have any suggestions, if there are requests for anything, let me know. I am game for doing what I can to help other fibro warriors, and I want to be able to be there for you. If I can help just that one person, then that will make my life worthwhile. Not that it's not already. I probably should choose better words. Anyways, I hope that you have gotten some things out of some of these stretches. I hope that you're able to do them at least once a day. If you're not, take a break. That's okay. It's okay to take breaks. It's okay to listen to your body. Always, always, always listen to your body. If you've done too much and you need a recovery day, take a recovery day. We can do videos on recovery a little bit in the future because I'm still learning about some recovery too. But sign up below, follow my page, and I'll be putting videos out as often as I can. I've had a rough week, so it's taken me a little bit to get this one out. But here it is, gentle stretches, Fibro Warriors. We are good to go, and I'll see you next time.